know Kenny. That his last name?
There are three important families in Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Ackerman,
it's three of them.
Fritz, and Jaeger. Once known as the King's right hand, now a nearly extinct family bloodline, the Ackerman clan is just built differently. No, literally, the Ackerman clan are made up of Attack on Titan's super soldiers. Even early on, we knew something was up with Levi and Mikasa, but we never really knew what it was. It turns out the Ackerman bloodline allows them to call upon the battle experience of past Ackermans. But how did they get this power? Who else had it?
They got that Avatar shit in the Avatar state shit.
In due time.
Well, if we have any luck, we'll find that answer in the cellar.
To start us off, we need to look at the history of this family. They started as a minor bloodline and acted as the royal family's bodyguards. This was the family's role until the 145th king decided to erect the walls and shelter the people of Eldia from the outside world. The king then used the founding Titan's power to alter the memories of the people inside the walls to make them forget about the outside world. But it didn't work on everyone. Mainly, the Ackerman clan and the Asian clan were not affected by the influence of the founding Titan. We'll talk about this strange power later on in the video. When it was discovered the Ackermans were immune to this kind of mind control, the royal family persecuted any clan who did not fall in line. Even after years of loyal service to the crown, the Ackermans stood up to the royal family. You might be wondering how this family of powerful warriors could be forced to flee. Other military forces like the
So it was the Ackermans, the royal family, and then the what's it called? The Jaegers.
Military were sufficient in persecuting the Ackermans. Many of them died, and the Asian clan was pushed to the brink of extinction. They were
the Asian family, so that's why Mikasa is Asian in Ackerman. Ackerman.
Expelled from the interior and had to flee to the underground city.
She's the only one.
Some Ackermans joined the Asian clan and left to live out in the far reaches of the wall, outside of the king's direct influence. This is where Mikasa's family ended up. This witch hunt for them only stopped when the patriarch of the Ackerman family sacrificed himself several generations ago. He gave himself up to the king, but not before telling the rest of his family to keep quiet about life outside the walls. They were to never tell their children about this truth or risk being hunted down all over again. The head of the family was executed, but the rest of the family was spared, and the bloodline continued from there. Even still, life for the remaining Ackermans was as lofty as it once was. Levi's family had to flee to the underground city, where life was less than grand. After this deal took place, the later generations of Ackermans would never know about the truth.
Just molded them boys into being straight menaces. Every time they pull up, bro, they got a sense of aura. So who y'all think family got the most aura? You think the Ackermans do? Because they got some
the
shit,
brainwashed
boys.
Masses. However,
they
were still labeled a social pariah, except this time they never really knew why, making life extra hard for them. This wouldn't stop until Kenny Ackerman tried to assassinate Yuri Rice. The attack failed, but rather than having Kenny executed, Yuri apologized to Kenny for the actions of past monarchs. That moment officially ended the persecution of the Ackerman clan, and Kenny became Yuri's right-hand man. Kenny served the royal family once again, but still was ignorant to why he and his kin were hated so much.
So Kenny was just like the main one. Why the hell he hate Levi so much? That's so fucked up. Imagine defending that family just for them to persecute you. Yeah, I don't know why they did all that, bro. Like they was the bodyguards of the royal family. They was out there stepping, but as soon as they were against the beliefs that they wanted to, persuade everyone else in that whole little whatever fucking community or whatever, and then they wanted to not be a part of it, they fucking exiled their ass. They really just exiled all their asses, right? They just threw them to the underground.
His deathbed, Kenny's grandfather
had to fight Levi. He had to.
Everything from the crown's power to control the people to why the Ackermans were hated. In his words, they weren't so much hated, but feared. Other Ackermans were not afforded these kinds of opportunities. Kuchel Ackerman, Levi's mother and Kenny's younger sister, found work at a brothel in the underground city. After Levi was born, she had come down with an unknown disease and passed away, leaving young Levi without a caretaker. Kenny took him under his wing to teach him all that he knew, acting as a pseudo-parental figure. Despite having respect for Levi, their relationship wasn't great. Downright terrible, one might say. When there was nothing left to teach Levi, Kenny abandoned him. He felt there was nothing left to teach him and that he wouldn't be a good parent, which in hindsight was the right call. While we have this storied history of Levi's side of the Ackerman clan,
bro
What is
raised
known
him. He
about
was
Mikasa by comparison?
Kenny put that shit all on the line. He was about to put that boy as a damn pack. He didn't give a damn about none of that shit. That's why him and his men pulled up on his ass. Cause his job was to protect the king and the secret. Yeah. I know what you mean. The royal family. So and Levi and them, Levi and a whole squadron, the scouts and shit was trying to go against him and shit. Well, Levi was. Cause I know Levi be the rogue ninja and shit out of all them. The rogue scout.
Asian clan was cast out just like the Ackermans because they were immune to the founding Titans' power. However, unlike the Ackermans, the Asian clan was persecuted almost to extinction. Mikasa's mother was part of the Asian clan and her...
So, my sense of understanding, so it's the Eldians. The Eldians were the ones that, like, the people that could get the Titan serum and could turn into Titans, all this other shit. That's what it really was just based around, right? Is who could control the most powerful Titans. And become the most powerful Titans to take over the world and control a lot of the outside world, right? Normal anime that shit, except for a few of them. Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to understand. So, like, the royal family, like I said, when we watched the anime, when I watched it first, I was just like, okay, this is an anime. They got scouts, they got an army, they fighting against outside invasion, they trying to come in there and do this and that. I never understood, like, the full story and shit. So now, like, I'm actually wrapping my mind around this shit. I'm just like, damn, now you have to think about it. Like, niggas is really greedy, bro. Like, shit could have been smooth sailing. And, like, what was Rainer and all, like, Zeke's plan, and what was their plan to just overtake the whole world right there? Like, what, they were just wanted to destroy their shit because they didn't have no outside, like, dictatorship outside of the community they were in, right? Like, they wasn't controlling shit outside of that. They just had motherfuckers just trying to infiltrate the shit. Basically, Levi and them was trying to find out the secret Historia Essential, but Kenny had to stop them per the king's request. Oh, so they had a king still present in the time period with them niggas. This is why the world hated and persecuted them, basically. Eldian population. Oh, this nigga Zeke was. Oh, so they were just out for just hatred type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just nothing but greed and hatred. Them niggas just had to just get on timing. And then motherfuckers, Rainer and them felt bad about teaming up with Zeke and shit, and then falling into the plans and shit. Cause I could tell, cause Rainer and them told Zeke about Levi and them that they had to watch out for him type shit, right? So did Zeke have the whole plan mastermind behind the whole attack and everything?
Her father was an Ackerman. Later on, we learned that Mikasa's mother was a descendant of the Hizadu royal family. Hizadu was the land the Asian clan hailed from before moving to Paradise Island.
They were scared?
We mentioned before that there is something special about the Ackerman clan. Why were they immune to the founding Titan power? And why are they consistently great warriors? Well, it's because the Ackermans were subject to some of the first Titan experiments. We're not sure exactly what those experiments were.
Oh!
Eventually,
so that's what it's all about, too, is it's like, they were tests. So, like, everyone that's, like, the beginning of the whole shit, they were testing Titan powers and shit on people. And then to find out the Ackermans were so, like, immune to this shit to the point where they can't even turn to Titans or whatnot. And then, I'm dropping this shit. Yeah, I'm understanding. Well, Zeke believed that there would be peace if there were no Titans, so be getting rid of the... So the aliens was the ones that was they the ones that was trying to test all the Titan shit? Excuse me. Oh, so that's why Eren in the end was, what? That's the royal Indian. They trying to get back because they tested on them. I don't know how to explain. I'm understanding it though. I know what you mean though. So it's just two different beliefs that motherfuckers was just not seen eye to eye, and then their difference is like behind the actions that took place really took a big old toll on everybody mentally. Cause like I said, I see that, you know, Rainer and shit. You know, Eren is in it, right? And so is Rainer. I know Rainer's an Eldian. I didn't know Eren was.
You see that certain family members do have an awakening.
But Rainer sided with Zeke though, right?
Superhuman abilities without going into Titan form themselves. Since the Ackermans were subjected to these kinds of experiments, this would make them subjects of Ymir. These individuals are descendants of Ymir Fritz, and as a result should have the power to become Titans. However, there is some doubt to that claim. The founding Titans' power to control people's memory should also control subjects of Ymir. However, they have no effect on the Ackermans.
You know what I really think about this shit now? It's like evolution. Like, this shit is all because of curiosity. Motherfuckers wanted to evolve into another subhuman type shit. So, like, all this shit stimulated because who had more power of Titans and shit? And who could control the world by just controlling the Titans? Nah, that's not it. It wasn't based off of evolution. Like, they wanted to evolve into different ones. Like that. I know the people that was in the walls and shit like that didn't want that. So the people on Paradise Island are all aliens, and some are left on the main continent and were prosecuted. The aliens hated each other. Oh, main continent. I was because the king of Marley was an asshole.
Kenny's grandfather suggested that this might be because they are not actual subjects of Ymir, but something else entirely. What that is, we still don't know fully. Levi describes this power as knowing exactly what needs to be done in a given battle. Once awakened, an Ackerman has all the battle experience of their ancestors before them using paths. Now this all sounds well and good, and it explains why Levi and Mikasa are so stacked, but it is not an automatic
That's
power.
why the motherfuckers are
This would
powerhouses.
explain why other Ackermans like Kuchil did not have this kind of power. It needs to be activated.
But like
by
the
a
Ackermans
severe
were the
instance
ones that suffered though. Like they was the ones that was suffering for real, like through it all. I feel like it started because the aliens were taking advantage of their Titan powers. It has an eye story. That's what I'm saying though. You know what I mean? Like like controlling the Titan shit was the peak of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it stimulated a whole bunch of shit because if they control the Titans, nigga, they control the world. That's what it's all about, really. That's why that the Warhammer Titan, they was trying to get her off because she was the one that was the main big ass antagonist type shit. She the one that they had to get going first. That's why Aaron was trying to push shit for real. The origin wasn't making Titans. It was basically dumbass making her his wife and having children. What?
of trauma. For Mikasa, it was seeing her parents being murdered by human traffickers. When her powers were finally awakened, she killed one of the traffickers with so much force that the knife handle broke, and the floorboards of her house snapped under the weight of her kick. This suggests
these motherfuckers be bro. So they unlock. So like Ackerman's unlocking powers and shit. Like fucking Naruto. I mean not Naruto. Like Sasuke and them niggas with the Sharingan. As soon as they feel some emotional pain, these motherfuckers lock into battle mode and just get to tripping.
Powers are more
Finish
as
the
a
anime
means for survival than an actual superpower. Fight or flight on steroids, if you will. But what are these paths? It's how Ackermans can tap into the past experiences of past relatives. But they're more than that. Paths are channels that connect all subjects of Ymir and all Titans together. For Titans, this is used for a variety of things such as wills and memories from subjects to Ymir to the flesh and bone that make up Titan bodies. The Ackermans are also not the only ones who use paths among the humans. The Fritz family has a similar path that is passed down through blood. The memory to renounce all war is strong within the Fritz bloodline. These paths seem to transcend.
It's so much conflict in
time and
Attack on
space.
Titan.
Eren Kruger had memories of meeting Mikasa and Armin before the two were even born. These paths are more akin to magic almost. I mean, it would have to be with all the stuff these paths can do. The question remains, are these physical paths or are they merely intangible? Paths are invisible in the physical world, but they become real once someone crosses into the unknown land. Here, the ground is made of light, and paths appear as streaks in the sky similar to auroras.
Oh, this shit got, hey, they got some
time
shit.
is irrelevant, conflicting and fluid. Someone who enters
could
the
tap
unknown
into
land could
past
feel like
figures.
they're trapped there for years, but only be away for a moment. Ymir Fritz inhabits this land, and while she is largely responsible for Titan transformations and regeneration, she doesn't have anything to do with the Ackerman clan's path. Though as possible subjects of Ymir, that might change in the final season. Again, we still don't have the full picture. The future of Attack on Titan is drawing to a close. The anime is in its final season, and the manga,
the
will be
manga
complete
has-
in April. There are rumors that a movie might end the whole franchise, but so far, nothing has confirmed that as of making this video. With that in mind, we have to ask ourselves, What will happen to the Ackerman clan? As of Season 3, the only two remaining members are Mikasa and Levi. Their past has been checkered at best. While Eren worshipped the ground Levi walked on for his rank and mythical status as humanity's strongest soldier, Mikasa disliked him almost immediately. This was due to Levi beating the ever-loving snot out of Eren during his military trial. Understandably, the two were bitter allies. Mikasa fought alongside Levi but did not trust him or even like him, swearing that one day he would
need a baby. I don't care.
However, as the series continued, Mikasa
sharing last names and saying that they need fucking
their blood
babies. That shit.
And similar strengths and
I'm not gonna lie, that shit sound crazy.
They saw each other as trusted allies. It's very likely the two
even
will
though
stay
they're not
on good
related
terms as acquaintances, but never really develop a friendship.
Same bloodline. Oh yeah, that baby about to have some problems.
Mikasa and Levi would most likely seek different paths, if they're alive at the end of all this. In Attack on Titan, no one is spared from death. It's very possible that before this franchise ends, both could end up dead. In the event that both end up making it out alive, their lives would be far from normal. There are rarely happy endings in Attack on Titan either. It feels strange to imagine Mikasa and Levi getting a good ending. After the things they have seen and done, after losing so many people close to them, the words, "and they lived happily ever after," don't come to mind. If these two were to live through the events of Attack on Titan, the only fitting end would be one of hope. Not an affirmative sign that their lives would be better off, but hope that better times are to come. For the past 6 years or so, these two have only known war. And
wait, so did y'all like the ending?
Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Will the Ackerman family clan live on? Honestly, I don't know. Perhaps just a day off is good enough. A future where they don't have to put on the gear and sharpen up paring swords is the best case scenario. And that's the Ackerman family explained. Before we end up this video, we thought we'd...
So they were the king's bodyguard type shit. And then as soon as they was against the beliefs that they were the royal family was trying to portray onto the people, niggas got exiled and shunned to the underground, wherever y'all want to call it. And then Kenny was a pinnacle of the Ackermans. He's the one who pulled them out of the wits and shit from below and made ties into the, being back on top of all that shit. And Kenny had to maintain his belief towards the royal family, and Levi was against that shit. And then Kenny had to press issues. And then Kenny told that nigga, come pull up and stop hiding. And bro was behind the bar and pulled out the chopper and hit his ass and sent his ass flying. And Levi sprung into action, dropped both his men, and then continued on the pressing issue with Kenny. Okay. CBR go crazy? No, I definitely watched a couple of his videos before. That's why I was able to watch his video, because I definitely watched shit before. I can't watch, like I said, I can't watch commentary videos or it's about anime if it's not interesting when he's covering facts though. You know what I mean? So. And he's explaining shit, so I definitely understand what he be talking about. But it was sentimental, cold. They're better. But imagine there were cannibals. There were cannibals? Oh, fuck no. The show would be fucking crazy if it was cannibals. I ain't gonna lie, probably a lot of people wouldn't even watch it. No lie. But no, I appreciate everybody tuning into the video. And it took him 10 minutes? Exactly. Like I'm saying,